Hi, in today's video I wanted to talk about hypersexuality in the LGBTQIA plus community from a psychological perspective or from a really relationship-based perspective. Actually, really, this would be my input here. I like the relationship part to it, examine the relationship part. I think it's important to actually see this complex topic from this perspective, also from a relationship perspective. By this I mean, how do I relate to my community, to my body, and to my soul, as you wish, by actually using the sex component, because this hypersexuality means that in a way it can be translated as a coping mechanism, because when we actually used to cope, when we use sex, to cope with difficult emotions, with difficult life experiences, or trauma as a whole, of course, then our brain, it is adapted in a way to release more dopamine and to just find those ways to instant gratification that helps relieve the pain of the trauma. Okay, and we think that, okay, this should not be a problem, because yes, of course, we all want to experience joyous moments. We all want to experience like sex as a fun and more explorative way. Of course, that is great, but I have seen and I have actually observed in the LGBTQIA plus community this kind of, let's call it pattern. I don't want to label it as behavior, because I understand also the other part of it, that sex is actually natural, good, and good for us, very good for us. That is perfect. But let's just see this from a different perspective, from a relationship perspective, because I think in the LGBTQI plus community, for some of us, I think we use sex as a coping mechanism to avoid actually talking about or expressing concerns, vulnerabilities, emotion that actually could help us grow and to grow us in our relationships, and that could help others as well to grow in our relationship with ourselves. So yes, I think this is a complex situation, and a pattern that actually cannot be just looked into, cannot be just observed and looked from one perspective. I get it, this is like a very complex like situation, and also a topic, and it is important how we actually get to observe this in the LGBTQI plus community, because in this era we have like a lot of, how can I say it, we have a lot of tools to just getting closer with each other, by talking, by chatting, by sharing any other experiences, but for some of us, it gets actually activated, this part of belonging and connecting, but as a form of avoidance of the other sides of relationships or relating, like building vulnerabilities, making way for uncomfortable conversations, meeting the other person as they are on their life journey. And actually, when I think about it, when we experience these joys, little joys in life, of course, I'm talking about sex, it's important to, I think, to be responsible or have a sense of responsibility, I think, regarding our emotions, and regarding our actions. And this is I think it's a moment of self-reflection, and also just think about what are those implications that actually um, helps us to get closer to each other when meeting, when chatting, and all that. And how can we just, find better ways, to just connect with our sexuality and with others through sexuality, but in a more beneficial and in a more healthy way, to get to grow, like a character development. I think it's very important to use this term, character development. Developing your character in relationship with others is also very important. Yes, and I think in the LGBTQIA plus community, hypersexuality also, it is present, because for some of us it is hard to actually relate with the same gender, because there are so many layers, like sexual, emotional, words, actions, and your past, and also willing to establish a connection, and also you need dedication and curiosity and openness. So when we all look at these important aspects of hypersexuality, I think there is an important aspect and perspective that we cannot omit, that we actually need to observe and maybe just self-reflect a bit. Like, how does this part that I am maybe using excessively, what kind of implication does this part have that I'm using excessively in my life? And how can I improve it to connect like in a healthy way, meaning emotionally and also physically, when meeting new partners? Have a nice one. Take care. Bye.